Hello, my name is Chelsea Peterson. I am currently in my last year of the Women's Medical Imaging program, and I decided to research and write about women and while they're choosing their OBGYN provider. I decided to research this topic and write about it because I started working at a high-risk OB clinic in May, and when I would go schedule patients' appointments, they would ask me if they could be scheduled with a woman doctor, which we can always accommodate, but we only have one, and I was just wondering, why do these patients choose this? Is it personal preference? Is it religious reasons? What feelings do they have? I also overheard some of my coworkers talking about choosing their OBGYN, and I had one say that she chose a woman because she thinks that the woman understands better. The male can't get pregnant. He doesn't understand anything like that. He knows the book stuff, that kind of information, but he's never been through it, so he doesn't fully understand what it's like to go through pregnancy or any women's health issues that they may occur. After hearing my coworkers talk about this, I began to wonder how many other women feel this way. Does that affect how they choose their doctor? Do they choose their doctor based on any other qualities, or are they more gender biased than we like to think? So I did my interview for this project with Carrie Sliva. She's the office manager at Methodist Perinatal Center, and she's also the office manager for Methodist Reproductive Specialists. I figured she was a great resource to interview for this because she works with so many women, sees so many pregnant women or women trying to get pregnant, so she would have a good insight on the women choosing their doctors. As I was talking to Carrie, I asked her if she thinks that gender is a reason that women go by, if she feels that this field is becoming predominantly female, or if there is a good variation of men and women. And Carrie explained to me that she believes OBGYN has become predominantly female for many reasons. She thinks that women just believe the female doctor will understand better, which goes along with what my coworker says, that the women can get pregnant. They know the process personally. She also says that they may just feel embarrassed seeing a male, and that's a reason they don't want to. Or another is religious reasons. She says that some of the husbands don't want the women to see male doctors and only want them to see females. She did go on to explain that specialties such as the maternal-fetal medicine are strongly male. She feels that this may be because this specialty requires so much extra school, and that is an extended period of time that can interfere with a woman's time to start her own family if she wants to. That has to either get pushed back or she has to try to go to school while having a newborn and a young child. I think Carrie was a great resource to meet about this with. She gave me some insights that I didn't really think about or didn't grasp from what I was reading, so I'm glad that I was able to meet with her. Through all the research that I did, I learned that over half of U.S. women prefer to have a female OBGYN physician, while 38.5% of women don't really have a preference on the gender. They really just care more about the care they are receiving instead, while the remaining percentage prefers a male. I learned that the characteristics a doctor displays when they provide care seems to be more important to women than the gender of their doctor. Patients are often associating the caring behaviors from doctors, such as empathy and understanding, with women, while men are thought of as more dominant by being professional and competent. The patients often say most important aspects for them in a doctor is to have a doctor that listens, a doctor that explains everything well, a procedure if they're having that, any disease they may have, anything like that. And they also want them to be very caring and compassionate. There were various sources I decided to use, the first of which is Do Patients Have a Gender Preference for Their OBGYN? By Deborah Riel. This article was published because many doctors, they worked together and they reviewed various different databases. They reviewed PubMed, Embase, PsycInfo, Cumulative Index to Nursing and Allied Health Literature, Scopus, and other databases as well. They looked for relevant information and they compiled it all into their own paper. I think that this is kind of a weakness because they didn't do the research themselves. They could have probably got a little stronger information if they would have gone out doing it themselves, but they were able to see different areas and find the information that way. The next article I used was Male Physicians Treating Female Patients, The Issues, Controversies in Gynecology by Jackie Baylela. This provides great information on this topic, but it was published in 2010, so it may not be as current as necessary. It may be a little bit outdated and not give us currently accurate information. The next one I used is Stereotype Beliefs About Male and Female OBGYN Relationship to Provider Choice and Patient Satisfaction, written by Catherine Buck and Heather Littleton. This gives great information and statistics on OBGYN preferences and the reasons why. It also discusses the stereotypical behaviors that patients associate with male and female providers. The last one that I used was What Do People Want from Their Health Care? A Qualitative Study by Leanne Wen and Suha Tucker. This study is based on 51 people and discovered what characteristics are desired in their doctors. This is a great article, but I think it could have been a stronger study if they studied more people instead of just the 51. That was it. I learned some great information from this, and I really will be able to apply this to my work. Thank you.